I got $20 to remove a background. I did it in less than a minute and it is insane how easy it was. If you want to find out, stick with me for the next couple of minutes. You must have already seen the newest buzz in the AI world called Adobe Firefly and their generative fill, but today I won't only show you my favorite ways of using this tool, but a cool little hack on how you can actually make money with it. Adobe Firefly is the latest product from Adobe, which uses the phrase "unlock your imagination" to squeeze into this rapidly growing trend of artificial intelligence. Adobe understands that AI is as important turning point in technology and the entire world as the internet was in the 90s. If you can beat them, join them, and this is exactly what Adobe did with its new product Firefly. In this video, I'll dive into the world of generative AI, explore the capabilities of Adobe Firefly, and show you how it can transform your creative workflows and even earn you some money on the side. So what exactly is Adobe Firefly? Firefly is the new family of creative generative AI models brought to you by Adobe itself. Currently, it focuses on images and text effect generation, just like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, but with many additional features like generative fill, text effects, generative recolor, 3D to image, and my favorite image extender. But before I show you all the possibilities of Adobe Firefly, let's first explain what generative AI actually is. Although many people today associate generative AI exclusively with text-to-image tools, which is not wrong at all, generative AI is something much more than that. It is a technology that can turn simple and everyday words into amazing forms such as images, videos, documents, clip art, 3D objects, vectors, textures, and much more. I have already mentioned some generative AI tools in previous videos where I showed not only how to use these tools and create various creations such as logo for a Freelancer project, and how to make a mini movie just by using words, so check them out as well. Now let's explore the incredible possibilities that Adobe Firefly can bring to us. What's most exciting about this tool is that Adobe has fully integrated it with its Creative Cloud tools, and one of the first integrations happened just a week ago or so with Photoshop. Photoshop in beta version added a generative fill feature so anyone can experience it and help Adobe with feedback to make it even better. Stay with me because at the end I'll show you how to download Photoshop beta and how to use the generative fill feature on your desktop. Now let's go to firefly.adobe.com and let's start exploring what features it has. First, let's try the text-to-image tool, which is a tool that generates an image according to our prompt, which is plain text. Adobe Firefly has an additional feature that Midjourney and Stable Diffusion do not, and on its tool it offers a click to choose option like aspect ratio, then content type, where you can choose one of 4 types, which is none, photo, graphic and art, then style selection, digital art, neon, chaotic, color and tone, black and white, pastel color, vibrant color, lighting, golden hour, studio lighting, backlighting, and composition, wide angle, blurry background, shot from the above, and so on and so on. In order for us to be able to compare text-to-image results from the Firefly tool with Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, we will use the same prompts in all 3 tools for a few examples. First, we will start with 3 paintings. The following is the prompt that we will use. Now let's try Pixar style character. Next one is a little bit different, which is a cute rabbit wearing an Iron Man costume with the following prompt. And now logotypes. For Stable Diffusion, we took one example from greataiprompts.com, and truth be told, it was much easier for me than generating one. This was a prompt. After those few image generations, you can make your own conclusion about which tool does the best in text-to-image generation. Without a doubt, I know that Midjourney is still one of the best, if not the best tools for realistic photos. For Stable Diffusion, you need to really understand how it works and what option it has, but with Firefly you can, without any kind of effort, generate tons of great images. And here are some community examples in case my examples were not good enough for you. And now the feature that everyone is waiting for and which was included in the Photoshop beta version. With generative fill we can use a brush to remove objects or paint in new ones just from text descriptions. I will take this official Adobe example photo and try to change it a little bit in my style. First we remove the background from the image and added the following prompt to the tool, which is add city square as a background. Then we masked the entire jacket and told the tool change jacket to leather jacket. What should we do next? Let's change her hairstyle with prompt change hairstyle, and voila, we have it as it is. Should we remove sunglasses? Maybe add a fountain in behind? And this is how we, in just 1 minute, went from this old image to this new image. Super simple. And now let's try one of my favorite photos that I have with my grandma and my lovely wife. I decided to just remove people around us, and here are the results. It's stunning, right? You cannot imagine how much this can help you with your freelancer projects. So let me show you one actual example and how you can use it to generate quite a lot of money. This client is looking for someone to remove background people on images that he took with his phone, so let's do it. In just 1 minute, I was completely done with this image, and the client is offering anywhere from $30 to $250 for 20 to 40 images. So if you make a great deal, you can earn $250 in just 1 hour, and best of all, you will get reviews, which will bring you more and more clients. Sometimes there is just a photo, and I usually charge even less, like 20, but as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it is super quick, it can be done in less than a minute. And let's check some other Firefly tools. We have Text Effect, where you can apply any texture or style to your wish text prompt. I will use my agency name Brydoc and then apply multiple textures and styles on it. I decided to try luxury, flowers, sushi, and sea. Not only can you change the color and style of the text, but also the front, background color, and even the text color, and although I haven't been able to figure exactly how it works and what is changed. Next tool is called Generative Recolor. This tool basically changes variation of your vector artwork from a detailed text description. To be able to do this, I have downloaded a few vectors from andro.co to try out this tool, but make sure that your SVG file is already in color, because I tried black and white in hope that it will be colored, but unfortunately that doesn't work. Maybe in the future updates. Even though Adobe did not add this option to the online version of Firefly, we have downloaded Adobe Photoshop Beta, where some tools are already available. One of these tools is also Extend Image, which will extend your image by your rules and fill it with the content-aware field. This is super cool. Last week I was flying to Washington with my business development manager, and we took a quick selfie at the airport. And then I decided to extend that image in Photoshop. You can clearly see how Duyam's entire body was extended, as well as my selfie arm. For another example, I took the image from Unsplash and just started to extend it, so I went from this to this. But unfortunately, many of these tools that Adobe Firefly is showing us in their official video are still in exploration, but here is what we will get very, very soon. And now the eternal question, whether this violates the copyrights of people from whom the picture was taken. The current Firefly Generative AI model is trained on a dataset that includes Adobe stock, openly licensed work, and public domain content where copyright has expired. Adobe is committed to respecting all of the intellectual property rights. Furthermore, as Firefly evolves, Adobe is exploring ways for creators to train the machine learning models with their own assets, something like Stable Diffusion already has. This would really enable you to generate content that matches your unique style, branding, and design language without the influence of other creators' content, and that will be super important. Please stay calm, because your content will not be automatically used to train Firefly without your explicit permission. And here's the one last thing I promised. To show you how to download and install Adobe Photoshop Beta to try these features, do the following. First, type in Google Adobe Creative Cloud Download, or find the link in the description below. Once installed, open it and log in with your Adobe account, or register if you still do not have any. Now, under the left side panel, find Categories, and under Categories you will see Beta Apps. Locate Photoshop Beta and click Install. Note that this will install a standalone version of Photoshop and that requires additional disk space. Once installed, you can launch the application as usual, directly from Creative Cloud or from our system tray. As you open a new image in your Photoshop, you will automatically see Generative Fill feature, and you can start playing with it and discover all of the new possibilities. Firefly has by far the best UI, which will attract new traffic to their website, because on Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, people either need to register on Discord and then use command line and many other super complicated things, while on Firefly they just log in with their Google account and start creating what they want. It is a very user-friendly tool, and I believe that many of us have already learned on the ChatGPT example that for getting new users, you need to make it as simple as possible for everyone. Even 10 years ago, we had an LLM that could answer many question prompts, but it was not user-friendly and you needed to know how to code to use it. So my opinion is that this is a game changer for photo editors as well as graphic designers who currently use tools like Photoshop and Illustrator. Also, as Adobe announced and as we could see in some video announcements, Adobe invests a lot of effort on implementing AI products such as Adobe Premiere and After Effects. AI will surely make our lives a lot easier. What do you think about it? Have you tried Adobe Firefly yet? And what are your reactions? Let me know down in the comments, and like always, see you in the next one.